welcome. I know it has been a while. I have been taking advantage of sleeping in during the summer, and yeah, I just need to do a better job at scheduling videos, recording time, and also coming up with ideas, which you guys can help with. If there's anything you ever want to see me do on the video or something you'd like more information on, please leave a comment and I will try my best to get around to doing that. But now I am finally unboxing curriculum that I ordered a couple months ago. I am trying to, like I was saying, I was taking advantage of sleeping in, but now I am trying to get myself back onto the early wake up schedule so that I can have a little bit of quiet time in the morning and also record in the mornings while the kids are still sleeping. But yeah, so I'm trying to do that this month, the month of August, because yeah, we should be starting back at school in like early September. Hopefully. I'm probably gonna do a soft start. I might do a video about what a soft start looks like for us, but yeah, I'll be doing these in 3 installments, the unboxing of our new curriculum for this school year, because yeah, I think it deserves separate videos for certain categories or for different companies that I order from, because I don't get it all from one place. If you've been following me for any amount of time, you know that I kind of have like a mishmash. I used to just buy a huge kit and then add in math and spelling and handwriting, and that's it. And then everything else would usually be from one company, except I guess I did always kind of order language arts separately too. But yeah, so today I am going to be going over what I got for handwriting and spelling, which it should not surprise you at all, because this is what I have been using since I started with my oldest. The reason I picked this one originally with my oldest was that I had a friend at the time who was homeschooling her kids, and she was an English literature major, and I was like, what are you using for handwriting and spelling? And I think I even asked for reading and language arts from her. I've since switched language arts from what she recommended, but this is one thing I've stuck with all my kids, so it won't be surprising. It's a reason for, and the only reason I've had to rebuy teacher's manuals for these is that they came out with a second edition since my oldest two were in, like, going through it. Sorry, I'm a little off camera here because I gotta open this box, because like I said, it's just been collecting dust on a shelf probably since May, because like I try to wait for when sites list that they're having their early bird specials, or they have like free shipping promotions. So that's why it's been a while since I ordered these. I'm trying to just rip open the tape and that's not going so well, but it's taped really well. Okay, so yeah, there's been, I think, second editions since my oldest two. That's what I was trying to get at. Since my oldest two started using this back, let's see, my oldest is 21, so that would have been 15 years ago. That's crazy that I've been homeschooling that long, and I never intended to be a homeschool mom. It just kind of, you know, my husband was praying about it, and God answered his prayer in a positive way, because my husband wanted me to homeschool, and I'm like, I don't want to be a homeschool mom. But anyway, yeah, so this is what I've been using. This is, let's see how many of these I got here. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's another one. Oh, 5. Okay, so I have 5 kids going through Reason for Spelling F workbook. I think this is the last one for those kids. Like, I don't know if you all remember, but I do have some kids that took a little while to read. I know one of them probably has a little bit of dyslexia. So I kind of kept them like a lot of the middle kids, I guess, at the same level for spelling, because, you know, some kids just struggle with spelling and reading and handwriting more than others. And so I've just kind of kept them at the same level. It's worked out. It's taken a lot of burden off of me personally, because then I'm not having to do like a different level for every single kid, and that would just take a long time. So here's what the student workbook looks like. It's pretty straightforward. Every week they have their spelling test words. There's 25 words this year. I believe that's the most they've had ever, and it always has like their word list. So honestly, I recommend ripping this out, because my kids sometimes will be like, oh, I know how to spell that, and they'll look lesson 1 like for the first lesson, and they'll like kind of cheat on it. So you could totally just rip that out. But yeah, so they're spelling, and then their words just to see how they do the first day. And then there's the word shapes, so they get the hang of how the words, the letters go, how they have some that go up, some that hang down, all that jazz. And then the second day is usually like find different ways to practice your spelling. Usually there's spell your words in a story that I've seen, like for the younger kids, they're like use sand, and then this, or just spell them out loud. This one even says to kick a ball as you spell it. And then there's usually some other activity. It's not the same every week. For day 2, I think this is probably day 2, but it's like fill in, write a spelling word to complete each sentence, and then there's a word bank on the bottom, and so they have to figure out which one. And then day 3 is always the same. They will have, I will dictate sentences to them, and then they have to write them down. And then it's find the misspelled word, so proofreading. So that's always, every week we do that. And then there's usually like a game, which you read about in the teacher's manual. And I'll show you the teacher's manual really quick. So the way you're supposed to do this is it has, well, okay, it has flip folders, which I don't do. And then it has all the spelling words they'll learn for the year listed. Oh, this is level D, level E. It shows you the previous years, I guess. But yeah, so what you're supposed to do, and I will confess I don't do this, you're supposed to read a story each week, and it has like a little lesson, and then there's some discussion questions after. So that's what you do on your Monday or whatever day you start school for the week. And then it'll have your thing, your words that they're supposed to do, and it has you read a sentence. So what they want you to do is you read the spelling word, then you use it in a sentence, and then you repeat the word. So that's how that works. But it just has like all the answers for all the different worksheets. But yeah, it's definitely, I feel like you need the teacher's guidebook, especially for that first day. Because most of the time, like if it's fill in the blank, you can probably figure it out, what word makes sense in the context. So that's 5 kids doing that one. And then, let's see, then we have C, which I already have the teacher's manual for this because my other kids already did the second edition. So it's just kind of the same format. I'm not going to flip through it. It's kind of the same, like it's the same every year, but like I said, that day 2 is always going to be your day where sometimes it's a word scramble, sometimes it's a fill in the blank with the spelling word like I showed you, and sometimes it's like breaking words down into syllables or alphabetical order. Oh, the one thing about spelling for younger kids this year is the first year they don't have to do this, but for kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade, well, they're 4th, so I guess I am a year late on doing this one for my 2 kids that are going to be doing this. But for the first 3 years, I believe, there's a phonics review for 30 days before you get into the normal spelling routine. So that's spelling. And then have 2 kids that are doing the handwriting bee, because yeah, I figured they should, you know, I do believe this is one I got the right one, because I think there's a kindergarten and then a 1st grade, and I think I started spelling before I did handwriting. Next year though, for these guys, I will show you when I get it for the following year, but it's cursive. So this is the last year of manuscript, and I do have my kids learn cursive because I do think it's important, especially when it comes to signing documents when they're older. So yeah, and also just being able to read stuff that's in cursive, because I honestly will write in cursive if I'm taking notes on something. So this is how this one looks. It starts out with like just an alphabet review and numbers, how to write them. One thing I will say, I don't believe this is Danielian. I don't know if you know what that is, but the only reason I know what it is because when I was in high school, I did help with like a early childhood education class. It was one of my electives I took, and we would help kindergartners like once or twice a week because there was like a kindergarten on our campus. And Danielian is basically like doing your letters, as many as you can in one stroke without lifting your pencil. So like an A, you would do a whole triangle before lifting your pencil to cross it. And then on a lowercase a, you do a whole circle and then your tail. But like this one, I do feel like sometimes it might not quite be the way I learned it. It's pretty close though. So it might even say what kind of handwriting it uses, but I think it could be Danielian, but I feel like there's a couple letters where I'm like, that's not really how you're supposed to do it. Not supposed to lift your pencil, because the whole thing with Danielian is that it'll help with cursive in the future because you're doing one stroke instead of like lifting your pencil a bunch of times for one letter. It's all one smooth motion. Like B, go down, slide back up, and then do your 2 bumps, and then your lowercase b, slide down, go part of the way up, and do your little curve. So yeah, it's just like a cursive thing. But I do like how this teaches handwriting. So, so this is what the lessons look like. They will have like letters that they work on the first day. It's broken down into days. On half a sheet is a day. So my kids sometimes like to do 2 days at once because they're like, oh, that's easy, I can do 2 days. So they'll have letters that they're working on, and then like usually a word, and then they'll have 2 words the next day that they have to practice. They get to trace it, and then they need to try to do it without tracing a couple times. And then the 3rd day, as you can see here, it's 3 words that they have to practice. I think it can vary depending on grade level. I'll look in the other one in a bit just to double check that to make sure I'm not incorrect. And then the last day, there's a Bible verse. So like all the words that they're like writing for the week pertain to this Bible verse. They'll be in this Bible verse that they trace at the end of the week. So day 4, they trace this Bible verse. But then in the back, which I'll be honest, I haven't been good about doing this, they're supposed to either on day 5 or they could do it on day 4. They copy the Bible verse onto any of these sheets in the back. They all have different designs on them. So I honestly let my kids have their book at the end of the year, and they can just like color these and write little notes to their friends or whatever on them. So that is handwriting B, reason for handwriting B. And then lastly, in this box, see how many I got of this, because I might have given one kid a break on this, I'm not sure. Nope, I got 5. So the same 5 that are doing spelling F are doing handwriting F. And this one is going to be cursive, because they've been doing cursive, I think. Oh, the next book actually before cursive, between B, is actually T, which is transition. So they start the year with manuscript, and then it flips over to like beginning cursive. the rest of the year. So, but yeah, F is gonna be cursive. So the way this one starts out, there's no like practice like your ABCs in this. It just goes straight into the lessons, no review. Like the other one had the ABCs and the numbers. This one is just straight into a lesson. So this one, day one, they're gonna have a letter, A, and then their word, actually 3 words. And I think they probably incorporate words that all have A's in them so that they're getting the extra practice. And then the next day they practice U. The first word has a U in it, but the other 2 don't. Still good practice, but like, again, it's going to be words pulled from that Bible verse on day 4. So if there's not 3 or 4 words with the U in it, they're not going to put them in there. But then they have the N on day 3, and there are N's in all those words. Then you have your Bible verse that they copy on day 4, and then again in the back there are, this is, let's see how long F is, because I think they can vary in length. So this one is 32 weeks. So you'll be done before the end of the school year, because I think most of our curriculum goes for 36 weeks. So they'll be done like a month before the rest of a lot of their school anyway, like their science and some of their other stuff. I don't think language arts runs as long either. I think language arts finishes early. But yeah, anyway, so the back again has like a bunch of different practice sheets for that Bible verse if you want to utilize that. But again, I don't do it. And they can color it, have fun with it, hang them up, maybe even make it the memory verse for the week if you want, which it would be a good idea. We have memory verse cards, so I don't do it that way, but that is a good idea to actually use the verse throughout the week so that they're memorizing that same verse. But let's see if this one's 32 weeks, if B is 32 weeks, because like I said, it can sometimes vary. B is actually only 30 weeks, so they'll be done like a month and a half before the school year ends, on our schedule anyway, the schedule we run with in my house. And then 32 weeks for F for spelling. I just looked, it's 32. And then for spelling C, it is 32 weeks as well. So you can see that right there. Oh, they do sometimes have word searches, which honestly I think is my kid's favorite thing to do in these spelling workbooks. Sometimes they're like, do I have to find all of them though? And I'm like, just find like 10 to 15. But yeah, I try to not overwhelm my kids too much. As long as I see growth and learning, then I can be kind of lenient and a little flexible with stuff. So, but you know, if they need the extra, then do it all. So, because I definitely do that when I feel like they need the extra. But anyway, that is our handwriting and spelling for the year. And then next week, I'm gonna try to release these every Friday around 5 p.m. Pacific time. Next week, I think I will do language arts because I know basically what's in that box. It should be quick and easy overview. And then the rest of our stuff, I honestly kind of forgot a little bit. So, because that I think was the bulk of our curriculum, the stuff I got from master's books, I believe, or master books, I believe was the first thing I bought, or spelling, which I already knew what I was getting. But with master books, I pick like what I think will work well for the year. And then I kind of forget what I got. So, yeah, we'll see. It'll be a surprise for me and for you. But, yeah, so every Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific time, I will hopefully have a video, at least for a few weeks. So, I'm not going to make any promises beyond that because, you know, I disappear sometimes. But yeah, so feel free to follow me on any of my socials, which are, I'm on Instagram. I don't have a Facebook page for my YouTube/Rumble channel. I am on X, but not much. So, yeah, if you want to follow me, Instagram's probably the best place. But, yeah, so I hope to see you all next time, next Friday, 5 p.m., or whenever you get around to it. And yeah, that'll do it for me today. Bye.